All right, guys, today we've got the TIS544BM wheels. These are the 20 by 9s with a positive 18 offset. And one of the reasons I went with a 20 this time is I want the better ride. You know, the more rubber, the better the ride, instead of going with a 22. So I went with a 20 and a 37. These are 37 1350s. Let me flip this around. I'm gonna post up some photos too, kind of giving y'all some profiles of how these look. Talk about the offset. 37 1350 20 Nitto ridge grapplers. Went with a positive 18 offset on these because I like the 1350 for the wide look, but I also don't really want them sticking out past the fenders a lot, because anytime you drive in the rain, it dirties the truck up. And I usually don't put black wheels on a black truck, but I have a white 3500 on order, but the plant's backed up right now, so it's going to be a little while before it gets here. So I thought I'd go ahead and mount these up just to show you all the offset on them. And then we're also going to do the AEV ProCal, show you how to change the TPMS and calibrate the speedometer on it. So we'll post those. All right, so when I use my AEV ProCal snap, these were the factory tires I had, just to show y'all real quick. So if I put that right there, I'm about 34.6 is where I'm measuring. It's a little bit above the top of the center of the tread. Actual measurement is what works well. If you go off the manufacturer's side, it's still going to be off. So like I said, to get the most accurate, I try to use a tape on it like this. You know, and it looks like right now, if I take this tire, I'm going to be probably about 35.5 is what I'm guessing to the bottom. So let's get that programmed. Okay, so the first thing you do with the AEV ProCal snap, just put on your OBD2 port. You have to do that little harness. You're gonna see a little red light or glow coming from it. When you turn the key to run, you should see a green light. Once you get that green light, come in up here. And then if I want to see my current settings, you go to media, and you're going to click on AM. And then we go to radio in your settings here. There we go. So it's scrolling through what we have it programmed at. You can see I have my TPMS thresholds at 60. And it should be 34.6. Yeah, that's where we had it programmed before. Okay, so now to remember this, because I can't ever remember, I've got to go back to my book. What 3 buttons you have to press. I know we'll go to our equalizer settings. Sorry, I'm doing this. Okay. We know how to do that, but we need the one, because you can clear the codes. You can reset the TPMS. Sorry about the movement. Okay. So for tires, it's the brake pedal and resume plus. So we're going to go to 35.5 basically, and we'll see where we're at as far as accuracy. So we'll go to our audio here. We go to the equalizer, and I'm going to want 3 bars for 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 35.5 basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold the brake pedal and then hold the resume button. We see it flashing. I'm going to let go. And it's reprogramming the settings. Now you can see the TPMS threshold. We should be 35.5 on the next screen. Cool. Okay, so once you get your AEV programmed, we're at 35.5. We're going to take it on the highway. We're running up to about 75 miles an hour. 80, and then we'll check it with the GPS. It should be pretty accurate within like 1 mile an hour. I usually set mine 1 over. That way I always have a little bit of leniency in mine. You know, to talk about the offset on these wheels, a factory wheel is almost like a positive 50, positive 60 offset. So it pushes it in really close, you know, I guess, you know, towards the vehicle. When you go to 0, you're going to push it out. And then anything you go like, you know, negative 10 is going to push it out further. Negative 20 is going to push it further. Negative 18, 44 is going to be way out there. So most of your like 20 by 12s or 22 by 12s, they're going to be that negative 44. So the tires don't rub the A-arms and stuff like that. On this truck, the 37's not really supposed to rub. We're fixing to go try it out with that positive 18 offset. But like I said, it gives you that profile that's pretty flush with the fender flares. I may be sticking out right about 1 inch. And let me flip this and I'll show you my mirror. So if you're looking at the side profile, you can see, I mean, just the sidewall is past the fender flares. So if you're looking for that kind of profile on a tire and wheel setup, you know, that's a 1350. If you put a 37 1250 on this, it's going to be even a little bit less than that. You know, definitely that positive 18 offsets what you're going to see. There's not a lot of wheels that offer that in a 22 inch. You're going to notice you're going to probably have to go to a 20 to get a positive 18 offset. So okay, this is an Icon 2.5 kit with, like we said, with 37s. You know, it does not rub the front lance. It does rub right here on this little plastic piece right here. So you will have to take that piece off. So you just take that screw out right there. And then there's two little clips under there. You just pull that off. And then we're gonna add this screw back to the fender after you get that off. Okay, go to the other side. Same thing here. Screw out, pull it to you a little bit, and it'll come right off. You can see it's got 2 slips. So when I put the factory tires back on here, all I'm gonna do is slip that back on, put that bolt back in. It'll be just like it was. So it does clear the front valance with no issues. And we've got one more thing we got to do to keep it from rubbing. Okay, so in the front, I'll show you the other side. Like I said, we don't have any issues on the valance. It actually clears it. I don't have any rubbing. We went back and forth a couple times. The only thing that I do have some rub on is right here. If you look just a little bit right here. It's not hitting the pinch weld right here on this piece right here yet. It's close, but it doesn't hit it. But it rubs right here on this piece, and I'm going to show you how to fix that. Okay, if you look under the fender well here, that's your body mount. I'm on the driver's side. You've got this plastic rubber right here. What I generally do, I'm going to try to hold the phone and do this at the same time, is I'll drill one small hole in this, just like that. And this is what I did on my half tons also. For that little bit extra clearance. Basically just take a zip tie. It works fine. Okay, I've got to set my phone down. Okay, so if you look, that's really all you got to do. It pulls this all the way back here, gives you a ton more clearance. And I drill it a little bit offset. I drill it here so that it pulls that rubber back this way, because that actually makes this flex in a little bit to kind of keep it off of the tire. So we'll do the passenger side, and then we'll have that done. Okay, so I'll show you the difference if you look right here. So this is where we're gonna drill our hole because we're gonna pull it back this way towards the body mount. But if you watch, when you pull this back that way, it moves that plastic almost probably 3/4 of an inch back. It's a pretty good distance and keeps it from rubbing, so. All right, let me get this one drilled and I'll get it tied up. Okay, so we've got that one done. Okay, so now if you look, this runs in right here, and you've pulled this inner fender in. Like I said, this works on the half tons also, guys. You need a little bit of extra clearance. Simple way to do it, and the reason I like doing it that way is it's really easy to return it back to stock if you put the tires back on it. I don't keep trucks a long time, so I can just cut the zip tie, goes back to where it was, put the plastic fender back on with no issues. So let's get in it and let's see if we have any rubbing. Okay, so we're backing out. We're gonna cut all the way to the right. No rubbing at full lock, right there. Okay, cutting all the way to the left. No rubbing at full lock. Go forward. It's not rubbing the A-arms. We have 0 rub at full turn on a 2.5 inch icon level. So that's 0 rub at full lock, full turn, 2.5 inch kit icon. I do recommend the 3 to 3.5 for the 37s, which I've got ordered for the new truck. As you can tell, got 0 rub. And everything should be completed. Again, thanks for watching the video. Please hit that like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.